Welcome to History Quickies. Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey, a journey across oceans, continents, and centuries. This is the story of the Age of Exploration, a time when brave explorers set sail into the unknown, changing the course of history forever. We'll follow the daring voyages of Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan, and others who reshaped our understanding of the world. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history. Let's begin. The Age of Exploration began in the 15th century, driven by curiosity, ambition, and necessity. Europe's growing demand for spices, silk, and gold pushed nations to find new trade routes to Asia. The Silk Road, once a thriving trade network, had become dangerous due to conflicts and the rise of the Ottoman Empire. Navigating by land was no longer viable. So, what's the obvious solution? The sea route. Advances in navigation technology made these ambitious voyages possible. The invention of the magnetic compass and the astrolabe allowed sailors to determine their direction and latitude. The development of caravels, fast maneuverable ships, gave explorers the tools they needed to brave the vast oceans. With this backdrop, let's trace the first significant journey that marked the dawn of this age. Our first stop takes us to 1492, the year Christopher Columbus set sail under the Spanish flag. At his departure from Palos de la Frontera in Spain, Columbus commanded 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. His goal was to find a westward route to Asia. Across the Atlantic, the sailors faced the rigors of sea. Weeks turned into months without sight of land. But on October 12, 1492, Columbus reached an island in the Bahamas, which he named San Salvador. Although Columbus believed he had reached Asia, he had, in fact, discovered a new world that would change history forever. Columbus made 3 more voyages, exploring parts of the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. While his voyages opened the door to European colonization of the Americas, they also marked the beginning of devastating consequences for the indigenous people. The exchange of goods, ideas, and diseases between the Old World and the New World, known as the Columbian Exchange, would reshape the global landscape for years to come. Now, let's turn our attention to Portugal and one of the most significant voyages in history. In 1497, Vasco da Gama set sail to find a direct sea route to India. He started his journey from Lisbon, hugging the African coast before rounding the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa. Along the way, he made 3 key stops: Mozambique, Mombasa, and Malindi. These were bustling trade hubs where da Gama negotiated for supplies and guidance. Finally, in May 1498, he reached the Indian port of Calicut. This journey was a game changer. It established a direct maritime link between Europe and Asia, bypassing the overland routes controlled by the Ottomans. Da Gama's success made Portugal a dominant player in the spice trade, bringing immense wealth and influence. However, it also marked the beginning of European exploitation and colonization in the Indian Ocean region. Next, we follow the path of Ferdinand Magellan, whose expedition achieved the first circumnavigation of the globe. In 1519, under the Spanish flag, Magellan set out with 5 ships to find a westward route to the Spice Islands, modern-day Indonesia. These 5 ships left the port of Seville, heading towards South America. Magellan's fleet navigated the treacherous Strait of Magellan, named after the explorer himself, a narrow passage at the southern tip of South America. This was a remarkable feat of navigation. After crossing into the Pacific Ocean, a body of water so vast and calm that Magellan named it the Pacifico, his crew endured months of starvation and scurvy before reaching the Philippines in 1521. Here, tragedy struck. Magellan was killed in a conflict with local tribes. Despite this, his expedition continued under the leadership of Juan Sebastián Elcano. On September 6, 1522, the lone surviving ship, the Victoria, returned to Spain, completing the first circumnavigation of the Earth. This journey proved that the world was round and interconnected, revolutionizing geography and global trade. The Age of Exploration didn't just chart new territories, it reshaped the world in profound ways. Let's take a look at the global connections established during this era. European nations established colonies in the Americas, Africa, and Asia, creating vast empires. Trade routes expanded, leading to the exchange of goods like spices, silver, and textiles. Cultural exchanges brought new ideas and technologies, but also led to the exploitation and displacement of countless indigenous people. The voyages of Columbus, da Gama, and Magellan paved the way for explorers like Hernán Cortés in Mexico, Francisco Pizarro in Peru, and Francis Drake in the Americas. While these expeditions brought wealth and power to Europe, they also left a legacy of conquest and colonization that continues to shape the world today. As we conclude, the Age of Exploration serves as a reminder of humanity's thirst for discovery and its capacity for both creation and destruction. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Age of Exploration. From Columbus' discovery of the New World to Magellan's daring circumnavigation, these voyages reshaped our understanding of the globe and set the stage for the modern world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to History Quickies. And don't forget to check out our video on the lesser-known stories of history's greatest legends. Until next time, keep exploring history, one story at a time.